When my wife and I bought our house, one of the big selling points was the oversized garage. 2 bays, workshop space, and enough room for my grandpa's restored '68 Camaro. He loved tinkering with it, and since he moved in with us after Grandma passed, the garage was basically his kingdom. But of course, the HOA couldn't leave us alone. Karen, the self-proclaimed enforcer, lived 2 doors down. She always had a complaint. Our flagpole was too tall, our dog was too loud, and even that my grandpa spent too much time outside. The woman was relentless. One Friday evening, though, she crossed the line. Grandpa went out to the garage to grab a wrench. Instead of his Camaro gleaming under the lights, he found 2 massive pickup trucks parked inside our garage. The door had been left open while he was working earlier, and Karen's adult sons had simply pulled in, blocking everything and leaving no space for his car. Grandpa stormed inside. "What in the blue hell is this?" I followed him out, jaw dropping at the sight. Karen herself was standing there like she owned the place. "We needed extra parking," she said smugly. "HOA rules say garages must be used for vehicles, not storage. So we're using yours. You should be thanking us for following policy." Grandpa just stared at her. Then slowly a grin spread across his face. "All right," he said, voice calm, almost too calm. "You want to park here?" "Sure, but don't complain about what happens next." Karen smirked, thinking she'd won. "Good. We'll be back for the trucks tomorrow." Grandpa waited until she was gone, then turned to me. "Son, fire up the forklift." See, my grandpa wasn't just some retiree with a Camaro. He'd run a construction company for 40 years, and he still had friends with equipment. Within the hour, one of his buddies rolled up with a flatbed tow truck and a little forklift. What happened next was pure artistry. Grandpa carefully lifted the first truck and rolled it out of the garage. Not onto the driveway, not onto the street, but onto the exact center of Karen's perfectly manicured front lawn. Then he did the same with the second. He even angled them so they blocked her front door and mailbox. By the time we were done, half the neighborhood had gathered, watching and cheering. The next morning, Karen came storming over, face purple. "You can't do this. Move them back." Grandpa leaned on his cane, squinting at her with a smirk. "Oh, I didn't touch a thing. I just relocated them. You said garages are for vehicles. Well, mine's full with my car. Yours? Looks like it's got room now." Karen threatened to call the cops. She did, actually. When the officers showed up and saw the trucks on our lawn, they burst out laughing. "So let me get this straight," one of them said. "You parked your vehicles in his garage without permission, and now you're mad he moved them off his property?" Karen sputtered. "He damaged him." The officer inspected both trucks. Not a scratch. Grandpa had handled them with the same precision he used to restore his Camaro. "Ma'am," the cop said flatly, "if you trespass and use someone else's garage again, you'll be the one facing charges." The best part? The HOA board got wind of it. Turns out Karen's little rule about garages was made up. Nothing in the bylaws said anything like that. She'd been inventing rules to bully people. So the board slapped her with fines for unauthorized use of property and causing a nuisance. Now, whenever neighbors see my grandpa polishing his Camaro in the garage, they wave and grin. He's a bit of a legend on the street. And Karen? She keeps her trucks parked in her own driveway, on top of 2 massive dead patches in her lawn where Grandpa left them.